Hello viewers, this is Heorotlinia. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, for the Nintendo DS. Previously, we visited Mt Magmageddon, and succeeded in getting the Circle of Fire. That's one ring down, one to go. A man called Crispin just crawled into town with really bad burns all over him. Uh-oh. Sounds like poor Crispin Burns got burnt. Crispin suffered some very serious injuries in that cave of molten lava. He's caused everyone a lot of worry, including Nera. Honestly, what was he thinking? I don't think he was thinking. Nera says she feels responsible for what happened to Crispin, so she's been nursing him night and day. She's a fine lady, that Rodrigo Briscoletti. Not like that sister of hers, Debora. What a snake! I'd steer well clear of that young madam if I were you. Ah, here she is. Oh, Madason. Crispin suffered some terrible burns. His fever just won't drop. You're all right, aren't you? Yep, I'm fine. Oh, thank the goddess. I'm so glad. Nera, I've fallen in lava. Aw, poor Crispin. You'll be all right, though. You see, Crispin hurt himself really badly. You need to be careful. You'll definitely be wanting to buy a few useful items here before you go off again. It doesn't pay to be parsimonious. You'd be quite a catch, wouldn't you? Well, thank you for noticing. I bet Nera's having a hard time making up her mind which boy to choose. Hehehe. Actually, I think she has chosen in some way. You got the Circle of Fire. Well, you did better than Crispin then. He came back in a terrible state. Mind you, he is being nursed by Nera, so it's not all bad. So, you're another suitor of Nera's, are you? Dear, oh dear. If only she'd have me, I'd personally go for the delicious Debora instead. You're welcome to her. Well, let's head over to the mansion and turn in the ring. Arf, arf. What's wrong, poor Bingo? If you're looking for Nera, she's gone to the Burns' house to look after Crispin. Yep, I've seen her there. All this reminds me of my courting days. Rodrigo was quite the Romeo himself, you know. He had to put himself in great danger to win my hand in marriage. He injured himself too, and I spent days and days looking after him at his bedside. That makes me all the more ashamed of Debora's behavior. The least she could do is tend poor Crispin in his hour of need. What is it now? Do you want something or not? And what if I say yes? Ooh, you got the Circle of Fire, and now you're here to brag about it, I suppose. You must have a lot of spare time on your hands. If I say no, Then do me a favor and don't disturb me, okay? That's surprisingly polite. Mamma mia! The circle of fire! Excellent work, Madason. I'll take it off your hands for now. That's all right with you, I trust? Sure, why not? Madason hands the circle of fire to Mr. Briscoletti. So, all that remains for you to do is to bring me this circle of water and marry my bambina. Use your brain now, boy. It's called the circle of water, so it'll be hidden in a place full of water, wouldn't you say? Yes, I would think so. So, I'll give you free use of my ship. It's moored in the laguna just outside of town. It's just one of my smaller vessels, of course. A toy, if you will, but it should be plenty large enough for you and your friends. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Briscoletti. So, now we have a boat to use. Let's go out of town and use it. And there it is in the channel to our east. Let's get rid of Idleby's stuff. He won't be in the party for much longer. Sort the bag, of course. Now we'll get aboard the boat and sail to the north. Now for the time being, we'll be limited to this channel to the west here. The lock is shut tight. There's no way of getting by. Oh. Yep, we're kind of locked in this channel area here. But what's over to the east here? Opening the lock without permission is strictly prohibited. If you need it open, please notify someone in Stockenbarrel village to the northeast. It took me a little while to get this pun. Lock, stock, and barrel. Yes. A little subtle. Anyway, we've got a pox tongue and a worm bat. Goodbye, enemies. And Champ the Funghoul reaches level 15. I believe that's the last level for the Funghoul. But he came in useful during the battle with the Magmen. Congratulations on level 15, champ. And here's the mountain village of Stockenbarrel. It was nameless in the original Super Famicom and PlayStation 2 versions. Welcome to Stockenbarrel. The baths are a-cookin', so the place be a bit full of folk just now. Ah, so there are baths here, eh? Let's check down the swell. Hello, sir. You as well, eh? I don't blame you. The baths here turn up some real beauties. I'm talking about these bath crystals, of course. The famous Stockenbarrel scintillating center. I'm afraid no goods in life come for free, though. What I'd really like is a desert rose. You sometimes come across them in the desert. If you could find me one, I'd be more than happy to give you some center in exchange. All right. We'll be back when we find a desert rose. Wait a minute. Don't go telling any of the villagers about this, okay? This is just between you and me. All right. I guess the villagers don't want you giving away that stuff, do they? Prrr. Hello, kitty. Here's the item shop. Welcome to the village shop. Got some basic items. I'll pop this pot for a seed of strength. Now the other pot is an unexpected. That has a chance to drop a mini-medal. So I'll save before tackling that unexpected, to make sure that it drops a mini-medal. Come here up the river, did ya? I'll bet the lock had you scratching your head, though, eh? There's no obvious way through him. Someone here in the village should be able to open him up for you, mind. That son of mine's only saying he wants to be a priest now, of all things. I don't know what he gets up to, shut up indoors all the time. And what's wrong with your son being a priest, eh? I'm busy studying to be a priest, you know. Don't you think things like purification and revivification are useful, Here's the inn. And weapon shop. Nothing I especially need, though. Thanks for letting me look, anyway. Let's go upstairs now. That daughter of Whitey's, Bianca, is a real hard worker. Bianca? Whitey? They're here? He's a bit weak now because of some illness or other, so she goes off all over the place taking care of things for the both of them. She really has got her head screwed on, that one. Well, most interesting. There are some books over here. None of interest on that bookshelf. How about this bookshelf? Hurrah for herbs! Fun Gus's Guide to Edible Mushrooms. Never Boar of Wild Boar Stew. 101 recipes. Madason suddenly feels rather hungry. There's apparently some kind of religious order out there at the moment, collecting money to build a White King's paradise or such like. Oh dear. They say they'll keep you safe even if the end of the world comes and all that. I don't think you want to go getting mixed up with them, Mr. Knight. Here's the pub. Sorry, mate, pub ain't open during the day. Aha! That barrel has a mini-medal. And that would be our 15th mini-medal. Very good. See ya, everyone. I'm off to join that religion and go to that White King's paradise place. Well, wish I could say it's been nice knowing you, but I don't know you. And up here, there's a very valuable medicinal herb in this chest of drawers. I don't know what we'd do if we hadn't found that. Oh, the sarcasm. Too bad they don't have strong medicines and the like in this game. Hello there. I bet you've come to relax in the water, eh? Just mind you don't go soaking too much. Wouldn't want to pass out, eh? No, I wouldn't want to do that. Please, leave me alone. I'm trying to relax. Oh, all right, ma'am. I bet you're another one of those uptight fellows here to soak away your cares, ain't you? If I say no? Oh well, maybe next time, eh? I hear some folk have even moved here to Stockenbarrel to help him recover from illnesses and the like. Yes, I've heard. Someone named Whitey. And if I say yes, well, enjoy it then. The water's lovely and warm. Oh, well, thank you, ma'am. And who's this? Lovely blonde girl here. She seems to be lost in prayer and doesn't notice Madason standing beside her. She does look a little familiar, though. Who could this be? Nothing to check at that grave. But at this one, we get a mini-medal. That's our 16th. Oi, what do you think you're doing wandering about people's homes like you own the place? I'm trying to work here. If you ain't got no business, then I'd be leaving if I was you. Nice to meet you too, sir. Anything down this well? A treasure chest with a TNT ticket. Yes, this can go into the bag. Anything back here? Nope. Alrighty then. Hello, kitty. Anything on these bookshelves? Nothing of interest. Nothing in that cabinet. Is someone there? Yes, that is old Whitey. Hello there. Guy reminds me of Mario. Who are you? Haven't we met somewhere before? No, I don't believe it. You're Pancraz's boy. That is exactly right, Mr. Whitaker. Good grief, what a turn-up for the books. You're alive after all these years, Madason. You haven't half-grown as well. You were just a little boy the last time I saw you. I remember you and my Bianca playing about together. So, how's old Pancraz doing then? Keeping well, is he? Not exactly, sir. It's like this. Oh no, what a terrible thing. It must have been hell of a tough for you then, Madason, all on your lonesome. Things have been hard on us too since I lost my lovely wife. Oh, sorry to hear that. She was always so much stronger than me. I never expected her to go first. Come to think of it, did you not see Bianca on your way over here? You probably would have passed her tending her to her mother's grave. Yes, I think I did notice her. I'm back. And there she is. Bianca, look who's here. It's Madason. Your old friend Madason still alive after all these years. I knew it. Madason, I knew you'd still be alive. And there's Balmerin with you too. Haven't you grown, Balmerin? Oh, yes he has. I heard all about Wheelbrook being torched and you going missing, Madason. But I always had faith you'd survived it all somehow. You promised we'd have another adventure together one day after all. I knew you wouldn't go back on that. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years, though. You and I have got a lot to talk about, eh? I hope you're not in any hurry to get away. Well, actually... Eh? You haven't got much time to hang around? Crikey, you have to find some ring called the Circle of Water so you can get married? Now there's a turn-up. Bianca and Madason talk late into the night about all that has happened in the 10 years since they last met. And then day breaks. We'll continue this in the next episode.